should be incredibly open-minded. You should read a lot. When I say incredibly open-minded, try to understand all views. Don't close your mind to any view. Too far for me. I mean, I think in the end, I think as I said, I'm a First Amendment absolutist. I think that people should be able to write what they want to write, as long as it's truthful. And I think that readers should be able to read whatever they want to read. I just think our job is to expose the stuff that's not truthful. But in the end, I think people have to make their own choices. I think it's more important in this new world. I do. I think it's more important because there's now so much journalism that's first person, so much journalism that's personal, so many people telling their own stories, so many people clearly and openly influenced by their own biases. I think it's not a bad thing that there's some news organizations that say, look, I'm not perfect, but I'm going to try my best to just give you objective news. By the way, the one thing I always remind people, most of what's in your typical American news report is not on issues that anybody thinks have political bias, right? Sports, arts coverage, typical business coverage, markets ups or down. We're talking about like a 20% of political reporting and national security reporting. I don't think of him as a moneymaker for me or for the Times. I mean, I just don't. It just so happens that when he tweets at us, it drives revenue. But I think that the key for us is going to be good, honorable coverage of him. The more we do that, the more people will come to us and read it, and that's proving to be true. We cover him aggressively, and our subscriptions are growing through the roof. But mainly my part of my job in the New York Times is to drive the honorable coverage. Falsehood is something that's just factually incorrect. A lie is something where, to the best of your ability, you know the intent. I mean, in the case of when Donald Trump said the president wasn't born in the United States, he knew otherwise. There's no evidence of it. He continued to say it. He even said he'd hired private detectives to look into it, and they were finding amazing things. At that moment, when he then backtracks and says the president was born in the United States, it's not strong enough just to say that was a false statement. That statement went beyond, and I think you got to say something stronger. That should be rare, but that case was too strong just to say he made a false statement. You know, sure it does, and I think it makes it even worse when the president beats us up constantly. I think that that's designed to even lower the respect for the media. But I also think media is too broad a term. I mean, you know, what's the media? Local media? People seem to like their local media. Really? New York Times belongs in the same bucket as Fox News or Breitbart or, you know, the local affiliate in San Francisco. The media is big, right? I'm not quite sure. I mean, all I can say is this. More people read us than ever before, and more people pay us for news than ever before. And that, to me, has got to imply some trust. Journalism is better than it ever was. More tools, the combination of video, multimedia, more of a connection to readers. We can engage with readers. We can actually talk to readers. Faster, journalism's faster, technology's made it better. And we have the biggest story of a generation. So what's not to love, right? we just went through this period of several years in which there was a lot of hand-wringing, right? What's our place in the world? What's our future look like? Our economics are troubled. And all of a sudden, there is this extraordinary clarity about our mission. There's an extraordinary clarity about what we're supposed to do, which is, this is not a comment on Donald Trump's politics. It's a comment on the fact that Donald Trump is transforming the government. And our job, which is to examine that step by step, is a very powerful thing, gives me a very powerful sense of mission. It's like there's more clarity now, that and the relentless pace of news.